Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about triggers and how you can reduce the effect of triggers on your life through the process of detachment. For those of you who don't know what a trigger is something in your life that you are emotionally affected or impacted by. And a trigger can be, a member of your family. A trigger can be an incident, an event, something going on at work. It can be something you see on TV. Maybe you're watching politics and it's kind of got you all riled up. So these are triggers. These are things that when you experience them or you are aware of them, they mess with your mojo. They kind of pull you out of your peace. They mess with your nerves. In other words. So a trigger can come from all sorts of places. And if you are a sensitive person or if you're just someone who is constantly bouncing from one circumstance to the next and you're paying a lot of attention to your circumstances, you're going to have a lot of triggers and you're not going to be able to have a sense of peace in your life. You're going to be quite irritated on a regular basis. So the way that you reduce triggers in your life is by changing your relationship with the trigger. Because, I mean, here's an example. Let's say you have a neighbor who plays their music way too loud. They don't care about anybody else but themselves. They're very inconsiderate of their fellow human beings that live next door. And so they're going to play their music as loudly as they want. Now, your first reaction on a human level would be, well, I'm just going to go over there and tell them to shut the hell up, right? Or I'm going to go over there and beat the hell out of them because they need to know that this is not the way they can be. Those are very human reactions. Now, if you're like me and you're not a confrontational personality, you don't really care to confront others and you kind of would rather work on your own energy and focus on your own mojo versus trying to change that person. The best way for you to deal with it would be either to leave the environment and go somewhere where you can find that peace, where you can find that sense of calm, or change your emotional reaction, change your relationship to the trigger, to the circumstance. So the neighbor's playing their music. I'm home. I can't really go anywhere. I've got to stay there. I've got to, get some stuff done. But that music is just making me nuts. It's making me crazy. So the first thing you want to do is you want to find a place where you can just kind of chill, sit down, and be comfortable, right? So for me, let's say I'm on this couch or on this chair. I'm gonna sit here, and then I'm gonna close my eyes, and then I'm gonna start to breathe and focus on my breathing, focus on my breath, and it is kind of getting into a state of meditation. I know a lot of people they kind of get a little like, oh no, not meditation again, or I don't really know, I don't have enough time for meditation. I'm just gonna have you chill and kind of work on your inner state for about 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, so if that makes more sense to you, or if you rather see it as that, then that's great. But this is a form of meditation, so just get over it, right? So you're gonna sit down, you're gonna close your eyes, and you're gonna just start to breathe, and you're gonna take deep breaths in and out, in and out. And as you begin to breathe and focus on your breathing, of course, you're going to have thoughts that pop up because you are emotionally, you're affected, you're irritated, you're angry, or for whatever reason. So some of those first thoughts that are going to come to the surface are about your neighbor and you being irritated. And so you might think, oh, I hate them. They're always doing this. I'm sick of their shit. Or they need to move the hell out. I hope they lose their job. Or, oh my God, I hope their radio blows up, or whatever, right? Very human reactions, very human emotions. But those are the kinds of thoughts that are going to come up and surface because that's how you feel. You're feeling that. So when the thoughts pop in, be aware of it, understand it, but don't really give it much energy. Just don't start to go down a path of like, oh, I hate this person. Oh, I got to find a way to get them or whatever. Just, this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking, and then let it go. And then another thought will come in, and then let it go. And then another thought come in, and then let it go. And so you're going to start to be aware of what you're thinking and what you're feeling. And it's okay. Allow yourself to feel this. Allow yourself to be aware of what you're thinking. And at some point, as you keep bringing your attention back to your breath and acknowledging these thoughts, letting them go, bring it back to your breath, bring it back to your breath, you're going to start to shift to a different level of awareness. And you're going to start to feel less connected to the anger, less connected to the emotional volatility of the circumstance. And then you're just going to become aware of what is. And what is you breathing still in this moment. The music is playing. The music is what it is. It's not trying to hurt you. It's not trying to affect you this way. It just is. It's just music that is playing. That all that this is. Yes, it's loud. Yes, it's not your kind of music. Yes, this person may be this way. So what? It's still just music, and it is what it is. And so you're going to start to shift over from to okay, that's there and I'm here. That's there and I'm here. And you're gonna just be aware of what is. As you get further and further and further down this process of being just still in the moment, focusing on your breath, your relationship to that thing is going to start to change because that music isn't trying to hurt you. That music isn't trying to ruin your life. That music isn't trying to cause you to feel anything. The music just is. And you are here and it is there. And so you're just going to become you're going to become it's going to just become an observation for you. You're just going to be witnessing what this is, but it doesn't really have anything to do with you. It isn't going to ruin your life. It isn't going to destroy anything. You still are who you are. Nothing has changed with you. It is what it is, and that's it. It's that simple. So your relationship will begin to change, and as you begin to come to a place of peace within yourself about this, then you are going to become desensitized and you're going to become detached and you're going to become unaffected by that music. In time, the more you practice this, the less effect, the less impact those kinds of situations with that music will have on you. And it'll just become white noise to you. It'll become something you just become used to. It is what it is, and that's that, right? I remember back when I lived in an apartment complex, the neighbors' kids were always running back and forth, and it was so loud and boom, 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 boom. And after a while, I just got used to it, and it didn't. I barely even noticed it. I had very subjective awareness at that time, and I just was able to tune it out. And so you'll start to tune out some of this, and it won't it won't be a trigger for you anymore. It won't affect you the same way. But what's good about this is the more you practice this with this trigger, the more you can practice this with other kinds of triggers, and then you can begin to have peace more often. You can begin to feel a sense of calm and be present without having to have your mojo messed up, without being overly emotionally impacted by these things. And so you're going to begin to have more control over your energy, your state of being, and your inner peace.